Good morning, good afternoon, buenas tardes, bom dia. Thank you, bonjour. Thank you for everyone joining us from the Americas and for this very special webinar. We are here today with the owner of the little relais Château Soliluna in the Sacred Valley. Here is Petite Miribel. So Petite, here is your chance to show off your beautiful place. Huh?
Thank you. Well, good morning, good afternoon to everybody. No, I'm very, very happy to receive you at Soliluna. As you know, Soliluna is my home. No, I do live on property. And I'm going to take you through the property right now to see a little bit of Soliluna, to visit some of the casitas, maybe to see our horses and share that moment with you. I'm very, very happy to share that morning with you. As you all know, we are a relais Château property for the past 8 years, and we relate very, very much to the value of the relais Château, the authenticity, the food, and of course, more than anything, I would say definitely the authenticity of where we are in Peru. So please come in.
And you have a great, you're not close, you're close to Cusco, huh? An hour and a half.
Yes,
exactly.
We are located in the Sacred Valley of the Inca. Most of our guests, when they come, they will land first into Lima. Then you have to jump into another plane, which is basically 1 hour from Lima. You land into Cusco. And then it's very well recommended that when you land in Cusco, you do not stay in Cusco upon arrival. Drive down to the Sacred Valley, base yourself for 3, 4, 5 nights. And from here, you visit everything around the valley, Chincheros, Maras, Moray, the salt mine. And you even go to Machu Picchu on a day trip from the Sacred Valley of the Inca. So that's where we are. We are located 20 minutes drive from Ollantaytambo, where you will find the train station that will take you to Machu Picchu.
Now, so you're a great location for spending more than 3, 4 nights, even a week. No one will get bored. Huh? So much to do.
Definitely. And I think we go more and more for longer stay, a slow travel. People just want to relax, not just rush, but enjoy the Sacred Valley, go to the mountains. I don't know if you look at, we will see throughout the walk through the property. We are really surrounded by the Andes mountain, So there is plenty of treks to do, treks, mountain bike, electrical bike, paragliding. There's many activities that we organize from the property. So definitely the longer you stay, I would say the better.
Exactly.
So so we're going to move a little bit. This is, well, let's go in. This is our front desk. As you will see throughout the walk through the property, it is a very colorful property, very much alike, So we go from blue to pink to orange, Well, I'm receiving you with no mask, but of course we have all the protocol on property for the pandemic time that we are living. So you have the alcohol available here to disinfect your shoes. So we go to the front desk. Here is Claudia, that works at the front desk. As you can see, we have some very, I don't know if you can see her, but she has we have some very nice masks at the hotel that have all been inspired by the painting that you will discover. We have clearly identified all the protocol, so people know that it is a safe place to come. A little bit of the front desk. Okay. So actually, I'm just going to show that. So Dominique, you were asking me, I didn't see your home. So this is my home, just here. So I could not be any closer to you guests, I am really available, I don't know, 10 seconds from the front desk, 10 seconds from the restaurant. I'm really on property all the time. As you all know, Soliluna, I think one of the things that my guests love is the garden, an amazing garden. People love to walk around, to discover flowers, to discover birds. Thanks to the flower, we have more than 45 different kinds of birds on property. So it's really like a little special paradise for people that love birds, flowers, and so on. Here you have a little way, but we're not going to visit the whole property because it's actually quite big, But here we have some casitas, As you know, all the hotel is casita standalone. No big building. Everybody receives a key, and it's a key to a little home. So I have 2 keys actually, 38 and 40, and I'm going to take you to those ones. the building on our left is one of our restaurants. We have 2 restaurants on property. That is Kiawah, that is a fine dining restaurant. And we have a bar on the 2nd floor.
So I'm hiding myself. No, it doesn't work. I was trying, when I speak, I'm taking over the screen. So
it doesn't matter. No, I always find quite impressive myself. We are located at 2,900 meters. No, and I love the fact that we have vegetation. No, like those palm trees that usually you see that more at sea level. You know, but here in the Sacred Valley, it's like really everything is blooming all the time and a mix of different vegetation that I love.
And it's so peaceful. I remember walking through, that's why we never have enough picture of the garden, I think, because your garden is absolutely stunning.
Well, it's difficult to show the garden in one picture, no? I think really what's nice is to walk around, you know? No? So here you have more casita, no? That they are all separated in different parts of the property. So really, even let's say that the hotel would be quite busy because we have 43 casita in total. You never have the impression to be in a big place, you know, because there's a lot of space, a lot of nature around us, no? We're going to walk to the terrace here. Well, let's go that way because I love that way. I love that way because I love those cactus. I'm very proud of them. I actually put them in the garden 20 years ago and they were about that size. And I used to have them in my home and in some pots. And one day I got tired of them and I said, let's put them into the hotel. And from that size inside my house, I think they're super happy because they just went like, roof.
So it's definitely more like a resort than the hotel. I think that's why guests might enjoy spending a lot more time. And it's a great base. And especially now with COVID, maybe people don't want to pack and unpack so much. So it's definitely a fabulous feel. Remember, we stayed there 2 nights. It was not enough. Remember, I kind of took a picture of the activity, but didn't have the time to do them. Voilà.
Oh, definitely. I think people, the guests that we are receiving now, you know, they feel very safe when they come because you're not locked inside a building. You know, you're outside. You know, so you really feel like you can breathe. You don't have to. You're not stressed. You know, even if you do have to follow the protocol of the COVID inside the property, you feel very relaxed about it. Mm-hmm. Let's go. Let's go. Mm-hmm.
So now we're going to see the restaurant. What are we starting with? Yeah. And your beautiful pool. Swimming in there. Right.
So that's a lot of outside space actually, you know. So I'm now at the Terrace of Kiawah. No, we do serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the terrace. No, people really sit wherever they feel like. If they want to be outside in the morning, if they want to be inside, no problem at all. But I'm going to show you. Let's pick inside the restaurant. No, so that's the terrace. Sorry, I didn't. So that's the restaurant. No, well, due to the COVID, we have no right to use tablecloths, no textile. No, so usually it's not like that. Usually we have some tablecloths and everything, but at the moment we have to follow all the instructions, so we have to work like that. As you can see, no, everything is pinky. No, c'est not that. No, and everything, all the walls always have a painting from Federico Bauer. No. We actually here at Juan Carlos. You can say hi, Juan Carlos. Juan Carlos is in charge of the restaurant. No, it's cleaning time now. No. And we have our bar on the 2nd floor, which we can go to the, let's go to the bar.
You can tell us a little more about the menu, what you have. Or... This type of cuisine, for the type of, you know, it's Peruvian, but
yeah. Here we have our musician. No, they're actually typical. They are made of ceramic, and they're actually typical of Ayacucho, which is center of Peru. But we had them painted by a friend called Federico, that is a great artist. Let's go down.
Actually, I never made it to the bar. I realized that. You remember we had a lovely breakfast together?
Yes, that's true. Well, the bar is definitely the perfect spot for the end of the day. How about the restaurant on that side?
Yep.
But I would say that people always preferred, and even before the pandemic, to be outside. So I would say one of the favorite spots of the guests is the garden and is the lounge. I'm going to show you the lounge that we have there. So we have that great lounge there, and people, love to have an aperitif there, or even some people, sometimes we have some guests napping, and I always find it funny because they also have a terrace on their own casita, but they love to come here to have a drink, to nap here, to enjoy the swimming pool. It's a heated swimming pool. And then we have a jacuzzi, which is just over there, which also became actually a great spot at the end of the day. People having a pisco sour in the jacuzzi. That's the new bar.
Especially after a day of excursion, huh? Lovely.
Yeah, most of the, people do go on excursion most of the day, but people love to have at least 1 or 2 days to enjoy the property, to cool down, to relax, just stay by the pool, the spa that I'm going to show you now.
So Celine is asking at the same time if the hotel is guarded and if the clients go out at night.
Well, the hotel is guarded. That was the question?
Yes, and if the clients go out.
Well, of course, the hotel is guarded. Guests, we have safety on property 24 hours a day. People can go out at night, but people do not go out at night. I would say that people prefer, the activity usually they go trekking, they go mountain biking. It's quite an active holiday. So people, when they come back on property, they really stay on property at the end of the day. I don't even remember any of my guests going out at the end of the day. So usually they do stay on property. So here on the right, we have our spa, which we're not going to visit now because I think otherwise we won't have time. But it's just in front of the swimming pool. It's a very nice building because it's all stained glass. So at the end of the day, when we light all the candles inside the spa, it's like all the stained glass shine, so it's beautiful, beautiful spa. People love it, I would say a lot of the guests, when they do come back or when they have an afternoon free, they are at the spa, just relaxing. Here on the left, we have a meeting room if people need to maybe get together. We also have the boutique of the hotel where we sell all the arts that we use throughout the property.
Vivian is saying that when she did a site inspection, she was blown away by your art, the art of everywhere.
I did not take you into the spa now, but I will do it next time. The spa actually has been fully renovated and was ready to reopen last year in March. Well, it's still ready to open, of course, but there's beautiful art that we now put into the spa also. So I'm super happy because it blends now completely with the rest of the property. So let's go to see one of the casita. We are now located in the part of the deluxe and the premium casita of the hotel. And as you can see, well, the garden are really nice. It's full of fruits. We have a lot of, this is, ¿cómo se llama? Lemones, no? Limes. I don't know if you can see them, but the trees full of lime. Quite nice. Vamos.
So, Duki, you're saying that your sister and friend stayed there, beautiful garden, magical property, and you also suggest, yes, to go to Sacred Valley first to adjust to the altitude. Huh?
Definitely, definitely.
Robin said she would love to go back and see the property herself. Happy Dumas, you said you stayed there one night, you never want to leave.
Some people do ask me sometime, you know, for example, here we are in front of 2 deluxe casita, no? And they're quite interesting because they have a connecting entrance, as you can see. So for example, right at the moment, we have a family staying there, no? So on the left, there is one casita with a king size bed. And then on the other side, there's another casita with 2 double beds. So they're actually perfect for family. And as you can see, they have a common entrance, no?
I stayed in this one, huh? I stayed on the...
You did?
Yes, 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 I remember.
So it's Dominic Casita.
Laura, you're also saying that you put clients there to acclimate before Cusco and...
Well, here you have... Well, I'm just going to show him and one of our gardeners, you know, and I'd like to mention him because one of the challenge, I would say, that has been since a year now was how to maintain such a property, you know, such a garden with very reduced staff. We used to have 10 gardeners on property, and now we have 3 gardeners on property. And I'm sure that you can see everything is still perfectly maintained. So I'm extremely grateful to my staff, you know, to the gardener that every day, you know, maintain the property. It is a lot of work, and none of what we see would be possible without the team that I have, you know. So everybody is very, very important at Soliman. No?
Sí.
So we're going to visit that casita. That casita is room 38. It's actually open. I don't know why they gave me a key. No, it's open. Please come in. As I show. No. So this is typically a deluxe casita. That one has 2 double beds. We also have casita that have 1 king size bed. They all have alfresco painting. That one is actually the Cantu one, no, which is the traditional emblematic flower of Peru. It's quite nice that we walk into that one, no? And usually what do? We take a detail from the wall, you know, and then we put it back on the design of the rugs, you know, and we play around to create a nice ambience. All our casita have wood fire chimney, which is quite nice. You know, it's nice to have someone that at the end of the day will knock on your door, light up the fireplace for you. We do have heating system on the ground, you know, so there is heating system, but myself personally, I prefer the firework, no? We have a selection of music that has been prepared especially for our guests. We do know that everybody travels with their iPhone or whatever phone, you know, and have their own music. But I think to discover new music, to discover South American Peruvian music is also great, you know. So that's why we have prepared special selection of music, no? As you can see, there's a lot of space, no? Table, a lot of people, no? We said, as I said before, they don't really go out at the end of the day, but there's a lot of room service going on in that hotel. And I think nowadays with the pandemic, it's going to be even more requested, you know. People, I think when they feel comfortable, they're at their casita, they just relax, you know. They don't even want to walk to the restaurant, you know, they just want to be here and relax, no? Let's go out. Here we go. No. So all our casita do have a terrace, no? And I think that's what really people enjoy, you know, that you can just lounge outside, enjoy a drink, have a book, no? And they all have, and I think, Ishiro, you have to turn around because I'm not that interesting, but they all have an amazing view onto the mountain. today is actually quite a cloudy day. We are at the end of the rainy season in Peru, which is actually my favorite season because when it rains, everything is blooming, but it's a little bit cloudy, so we don't see the top of the mountain. But on the beautiful sunny day, those mountains, they go even higher, you know, so, and all the casita have an amazing view. I'm sure you can see the other gardeners at the back, working, always working. No?
I just want to make sure, because someone said they cannot hear, is everybody else can hear very well? Because me, I can hear perfectly petite. So, but Anna, you say, Ricardo, you said yes. So Anna, I'm not sure about your, but if everybody else can, no? No.
It's okay? Okay. So let's go back in, you know. So I'm going to show you the other part of the casita. All the decoration of the casita have been, well, this is a pink one. I mentioned when we started the walk through the property, it's very colorful, you know, so it's actually a pink one. Why so many colors? Well, it was, my husband is actually the architect of the hotel, so he's the one that designed the hotel and he's the one that built it. That Soliluna was not built with any building company. It was built by the local people and by my husband, you know. And then I came into myself with the decoration and details. You know. For me, Peru is a country that is extremely alive. You know? People are super smiley. People, you know, it's really like, for me, everything is like blooming of life, colors, and so on. So I wanted to transmit that into the property. I didn't want to have a hotel with a creamy wall, you know, and or Italian furniture or whatever, you know. I wanted that when people walked into their casita, they feel like, well, that's Peru, you know, the colors of Peru, the details, you know. For example, what we have here on the wall, they are called tablas de sagua, no? I don't know if you can see them. They are typical from a little community above Ayacucho, which is center of Peru. And in Sagua, in that village, when they build a house, you know, they celebrate when they put the roof on, and they design some member of the family as the godfather or godmother of the house, you know. And that person would come and will give them as a gift una tabla. And that tabla is drawn with the story of the family, you know. So what they do, of course, most of them are farmers, you know, or others are weavers, you know, they weave a lot in the community. So that's what they get. So every single detail that you will see throughout Soliluna has a story. We don't just put a piece on the wall like that, you know. So that's really what I love about Soliluna. Let's follow me. No? Let's go to the bathroom. No? So, marble bathroom, Peruvian marble. No? Which there's many places in Peru where they have amazing stones. So we've been using those stones. Here, the same, back to details, you know, those little wood stool, no, they're typical textile from Peru also. Here there is a shower, stand-up shower, the bathtub. Again, another detail here in the corner. No plastic bottle at Soliluna. Well, that one is not full because there's no guests in that room today. But we receive all our guests with glass bottles. No? So no single plastic use on property. And then you have toilet on the other side. No? So this is the bathroom of Soliluna. All the bathroom has view outsiders. No? And always some vegetation to give them privacy. No, you have, of course, here all the closets, so you can keep your stuff. Another nice little details, no? Those flowers that I love, you know, even if there is plenty of flowers in the garden, I think it's amazing to have a touch of flowers, a little bit different. Those are actually made of paper and corn. The outside part of the corn, you know, the Sacred Valley is full of corn, so we use it. You know, we work with some lady and they do those amazing flowers. And even the entrance of your casita, I quite like it because it's quite nice also to simply, you know, if the sun is on that side and not on the other side, you can sit outside, you know, and even enjoy to be here. I think it's quite relaxing. You know? I have a nice view. You can still listen to me, Dominique, no?
Yes, yes, perfect.
So I'm going to take you to another casita now, which is just around the corner, which is a premium casita, a little bit bigger. We have another one.
Pretty, do you want to remind everybody how many casita you have of each?
Of course, we have 43 casita on property. No, they all stand alone. 3 levels of casita, superior, deluxe, and premium, but all of them with the same concept, no, which is really space. No, for us, when we created Soliluna with my husband, the concept was really, you come to the valley, what you want is the valley. You want to open your door, you want to open your window, and you want to find a tranquility, and you want to find the mountains. You don't want to open your door and there's another door and there's an elevator or whatever, you know. So that was the idea. They're all based on the same concept.
And also someone was asking how many rooms with a double bed?
Oh, I actually, I don't know. No, but I can send you all that information, you know. Do you know, Ishiro?
13 in superior, 5 deluxe, and 2 in premium.
In the superior category, we have 13 double bedded. In the deluxe, we have 5. And in premium, that is the one we see, we have 2. You have to know that in the superior casita, we can change bed and accommodate the way you want. So let's say that we said there is 13 twin, you know. If we would need 15, we can change the bed. This we cannot do in those one. No, in those one, it is a fixed situation. Well, you've seen Dominique Casita before. This is actually the casita that we call Bono Casita, because when Bono was on property, that was actually his casita. So as I mentioned, they all have terrace, but they all also have, this is not the terrace, this is the entrance porch, which I think is quite nice because depending on the sun, you know, everybody wants to have sun on their terrace, but the sun moves throughout the day. So for example, here in the morning, the sun comes out that way. No, so you will have the sun throughout the day like that, you know. So you have the sun on your terrace in the morning, and then in the afternoon, you'll have it here. So that's why we decided to have not just terrace, but also the entrance of the casita. So people can sit in different places and enjoy the sun if they want to do so. Let's come in. So those casita, when you walk in, it's not like you walk into the bedroom. You actually walk into a casita. So you have an entrance like in a normal house. So this is actually the entrance of the deluxe casita. As I said, always different element of decoration that here you can see maybe better, those flowers, you can really see that they are made of corn. No, well, of the outside part of the corn. That is called, ¿cómo se llama?
Panca.
Panca, it's called panca in Spanish. I don't know the name, no? But we've done a very great workshop in a little community called Maras, no? Where the ladies done that, you know, and all the different elements. So you're walking into that casita and let's go left, and then we will go right, no? So you go to the left and you have the living room of the casita, no? That one is really into yellow color right now. So the living room, the wood fire chimney is here, the little table, if they want to have a breakfast here, little desk for people who are going to work, and the sofa area. And then you open the door, that casita, and you have your terrace. No? The premium casita, they have their own jacuzzi. As I mentioned, there's 2 public jacuzzi on property. There's a jacuzzi that is by the swimming pool that is on every day. And there's also a jacuzzi that is at the spa. But those casita, they have their own jacuzzi. So people definitely also love it. Little table also outside, no? And then there are outside spaces, no? Here we go. Let's go back in, so I'll show you the other part of the casita. And you have the bathroom. You can access the bathroom through the entrance of your casita, and I'm going to show you, you can also access it to your bedroom, no? But let's say you're in a hurry, you just want to go wash your hands directly. So that's the bathroom. I'm going to put the light on.
And it's also good if you have a kid sleeping in the living room, if you wanted to have a small.
Exactly. Those casita, the way they are typically set up is for a couple or two friends. But if you're a family and you want to adapt the living room, we can put additional bed. Of course, when we do it, no, quite often actually, but when you do that, then there is no more living room. So people have to know that still there is a lot of space because the casita is 120 square meters inside. No, so we can transform the living room into an additional bed. No, the bathroom is quite big. No, so you have that part with the lavatorio. I don't remember the name in English. No, and then walking that way, we have the bathtub, the toilet, and the shower. And we have access directly. I'm going to move that, it shouldn't be here. We have access from the bathroom to the terrace. No? So let's say that you're into the terrace, you want to use the bathroom, you're into the jacuzzi, you want to have the shower. You don't have to walk throughout the casita. You can come direct.
You can go direct to your bedroom as well then, huh? You just cross the bathroom. From
exactly. Yeah. We're going to go through the bathroom, to the bedroom now. No? So I mean to the same, the bedroom has two access, one that is through the bathroom and one that is through the entrance. Let's go to that one. No? So we are now into the bedroom. No? There's actually three access. There's one, we will go out on that one, which is from the entrance, the bathroom, and there's also an access from the bedroom to the garden. No? People want to go to the garden, they can also go there. There's a king size bed. Well, nice details that I'm going to mention. Maybe some of you knows the Pima cotton. No, Pima cotton is known as the Egyptian cotton to be an amazing quality of cotton. So we do use that throughout the province. So it's very soft and really, really nice. We also have a wood fireplace in the bedroom here. So in this casita, you have two fireplaces, one in the living room and one in the bedroom. No? And the same, the music system is on throughout the whole casita. No? But let's say that you are here and you want to nap, you know, so you just switch a button, there's no music. But if your husband or whoever is listening to music in the living room, you can still be in the living room or in the bathroom, no? So you can manage it how you want to use it. And we now go through the entrance. So we're back into the entrance. So I have on my left, the living room, the bathroom, and the bedroom. So I hope it makes sense. No? There we go. And let's go outside. Vamos. Actually a beautiful day today. When we started, I remember Dominique said, you're all dressed in winter. Well, I am just in winter, but if you look at my feet, I am into sandals, no? Why? Because in Peru, in the mountain, the weather changes very, very quickly. So in the morning, it might be a little bit chilly, but then, you know, really, I think when I finish the live now, I don't know what it's called, you know, I'll go back home and I'll put something a little bit lighter on. So they always say as a joke that you have to dress like an onion with different layers on that you take in and you put back on whenever you feel like. You know? So it's actually a very, very nice day. I'm going to show you another part of the property that is called Waira. Waira is our ranch. It's actually also our second restaurant. No? So let's go to that part of the property. Are we okay with the time, Dominique? Yes?
Oh, yes, I think no one is complaining and no one is leaving. So it's very interesting. And I know this specific place as well. We did a beautiful...
As you can see, there's a little path throughout the property. And I think that's really, really what guests like. You know, you walk up, you walk down, and there is vegetation. And there is life.
Yep. And that's why you need more than 3 days, because you have so much to do you on property, and then you still have to see the outside. There is a lot to visit around, huh?
No, definitely. I will talk about activity when we get to Vaira.
So Céline, you're asking a room service, buffet breakfast, surf table.
Buffet breakfast is an issue because it's not allowed. We have no right now to do buffet breakfast. We of course used to have two buffet breakfast. So now we have an amazing a la carte breakfast. No, so more or less all the options that you used to have before on the buffet, they are available at la carte. No, we will of course adapt to whatever we have the right to do in the months to come. You know, but room service, yes, it's a big thing at Sol y Luna. No, sometimes you know it's like we don't even do feel sad because we have two amazing restaurants, no, and people they just want room service, you know. But you know that's what people like, you know. So it's fine by us. Wow. So we're now entering Waira. Waira, it's our ranch, as I mentioned. Waira, by the way, means winds. It's a Quechua word. Sorry, no. Why did we call Waira Waira? It has nothing to do with horses, actually, the name. But both my husband and I are paragliding pilots. That's how we met. We actually met in Lima. I am French and Francis Swiss. And we met at a paragliding takeoff in Lima. So the wind is a very important element in our life. So that's why we call our ranch Waira, because it means wind. Let's go. But actually, we have some guests at the moment, which is super amazing to have some guests. No? And it's a family. We actually have 6 rooms or 7? 7 rooms busy on property those days. This is Easter week in Peru, and it's a long bank holiday. Today and tomorrow is bank holiday. So some people decided to escape from Lima, from Cusco. And actually, I'm super proud to tell you that I have a couple that arrived from the United States on Mondays, and they're staying 5 nights with us. So it's super nice. So anyway, come in. Buenos días, buenos días. ¿Qué tal?
Perdona la interrupción de su video.
Ay, por favor. Un gusto. Un gusto. No? So here we are, as I mentioned, into Waira. Well, let's go to the range part, so I'll show you. And then I will show you. Bueno, enseña todo. I'll stop talking for a while so you can look.
Adeline, saluda.
You're becoming famous. Is everything okay? Yes?
Everything is
well,
great.
we're blessed with a very nice day, no?
Oh,
yeah, I'm super happy because it's been so rainy.
okay.
No? And now to be like that.
Oh, it's beautiful.
No, very well, enjoy it, you know. So as I mentioned, Waira is our ranch, you know. We breed Peruvian Paso horses. Peruvian Paso horses is a typical breed. I don't know what to say in English. I lost my English now. A typical breed of Peru. And I will show you later with Valerio that is here, which is our chalan. No, they mainly walk lateral and they always have 3 feet on the ground, which makes them very stable. And there's plenty of tradition, which I'm going to show you. So let's come. Valerio?
Sí.
Después quiero que monte el, ¿no? We have all our second room, we have all the technical part of Waira, but I have to tell you that guests love to come down here, even if they do not ride, no? Because when we talked about activity before, Dominique, no, of course, people go to Machu Picchu, of course, they go to Maras, Morai, the Salt Mine, Chincheros, whatever, but people also love to go horseback riding, mountain biking, paragliding, kayaking, paddling, ATV. We offer many activities from Sol y Luna. We have our own activity center. Both my husband and I are super active. So when we started Sol y Luna, actually 20 years ago, I used to guide, not all, I was going to say all of those activities, but it's many, but I used to guide actually the horseback riding activity. And nowadays I don't do it that much because I don't have time, you know, but it's very important that you have all of that available from Sol y Luna with the level of service of Sol y Luna. So it's not like we dial a number, no, and we get your horses, you know, or we get your guide. It is our own staff, you know. From other properties, they dialed my number, Sol y Luna number, and they send their guests here, you know. So, and at the end of the day, there's always like a nice table usually here that is like a tea time table, available to the guests that come back from activity. So they will find maybe some iced tea, a fruit juice, a nice biscuit that have been prepared. And the guests from the hotel also come down, and it's super nice to sit around, into some of the bench, and to receive the guests that have been riding all day, So I would say I really love that part of the trip. I'll show you the tackle room. We're going to wait for Valerio to finish, to go around with the little girl, and then he's going to show you a little bit how it is to ride a Peruvian paso horse. It's, when you walk into a ranch, I love the smell. For example, now I have the smell of leather. When you walk into the tackle rooms, it's really, I don't know, I love it, It's really a special place, You have all the settle, everything is there, And it's, people just walk around freely and they enjoy that, Waira is also our second restaurant. I don't like to say first restaurant, second restaurant, no, but we do have two restaurants on property. Why two restaurants? Two restaurants because Soliluna Kiawah, the restaurant, it's a fine dining restaurant, which is amazing. We work with Pedro Miguel Schiaffino, which is our executive chef. That it's great, but I think we all get tired of fine dining. I think it's super nice to have a casual restaurant. So I will show it for you from the inside. This is actually closed at the moment. The hotel and our restaurant is open there, but we did not reopen that restaurant yet, but we will see it from the outside. So it's a far more casual restaurant, also based and inspired by Peruvian food, but you can also find maybe a pizza or a nice piece of meat with French fries, some comfy food that we all love, to find in our trip. Also, we have an amazing terrace that we'll show you. And every day, I was going to say we used to, I don't like to say we used to because we will do it again, but we serve an Alfresco lunch on the terrace that is called the Sacred Valley Lunch. And we actually got inspired for that lunch by what we call street food. Let's say you have a chocolate con queso that you will find all the ladies at this time of the year actually selling their chocolate, which is a big white cone with a piece of cheese. For our guests to have that into the street, it's quite complicated. So we put it on our table. Same with potatoes. Everybody always say, I'm going to say any numbers, I'm always wrong with numbers. There is 3,000 of kind of potatoes in Peru. But when you go to the restaurants, it's always the same potatoes. So here at Waira, we work with the local farmers, little farmers from high into the mountain. They bring their production to Soliluna, and we try to put as many different kind of potatoes on our table so you can actually taste, not 3,000, but more than 1 or 2 kind of potatoes. Let's go. And let's see, they're coming back. Valerio that you can see here is actually our chalan, is the one in charge of the horses, and is the one that is in charge of the breeding of the horses. We breed. I can see one of our little babies that is here. Well, not so many more babies now. No. And we're going to wait for Valerio to finish with the guests to show you. No. Yeah. Hola, chicos. Hola.
And that's very special to Soliluna, the fact that you have your own Peru.
Those ones, they are our last 2 babies. They were born, I would say, 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah. No, and we have actually one that is pregnant now. So I hope we have a baby. Well, it takes quite a few months, But to have those ones, they look quite lilac. But if I would open the door, they are teenagers, 2 years old, and they go crazy because they have not been. I don't know the word. They have not been educated yet, and they're so nice. I love to have them. And for guests, just to walk around when we have babies, they just also walk around the property, not the property, walk around Waira. No, it's super nice. Hola, chicos. Hola. Hola. Locos están. Locos. Let's go that way. Maybe Shiro can show you the view into the mountains. Sometimes people would ask me, when they come at Soliluna, what is the best view, or I want to have the room, the casita with the best view. I don't think there is a best view at Soliluna because as you've seen, you've been walking with me throughout the property and there is always a view, you know, and it's always the mountain, the sky and the nature. So it's quite great. ¿Le podemos pedir a Valerio que nos dé un ratito?
Sí.
No.
Valerio, ¿puedes montar un ratito para mostrarles?
So this is Valerio that I mentioned to you. Is actually dressed as a should, no, as a chalan, no. So this is the traditional way of dressing when we do horse demonstration. I mentioned to you the lunch that we do on that terrace, and during that lunch there is always a demonstration of Peruvian Paso horses and a dance of marinera. No, so Valerio is going to show us a little bit of that with no music, but with a beautiful sun. A little demonstration of horses.
Sí.
¿Vamos a hacer una pequeña demostración? Malo, dirección a las montañas.
I had the chance, Petit. Remember, we had a brunch. It was on Sunday. Huh? We had a brunch.
No? And I am back. I actually went to take off my sweater because it is actually quite hot. So if you can look at the horse, sorry, I'm doing like that not to cut it, you know. If you look, try to look at his legs, you know. He always has 3 feet on the ground and he walks lateral. At the same time, try to look at Valerio himself, you know. He's not bouncing like that, you know. So if you look at his head, you know, you will see that he's very, very stable. So just to show you how stable that horse is, how it walks. The same if you look at Valerio, acércate un poquito, no? The hat, the poncho, the hola, no, the stirrups, no, the way he rides with loose legs, you know, so with not short legs to grab the body, but loose legs, you know, with a stirrup and all the details that are very, very traditional, you know, today. Hola, guapo. Are very traditional to the Peruvian Paso horse. No? Dale. No te vayas tan lejos, ya no te vemos. Lindo este caballo, ¿no? Bello.
Los últimos que
Sí. And as you can see in the background, the mountains, no? So I don't know the time again. I'm sorry, Dominic, but I have no, I don't relate with time very much, you know, but I think, no, but we're going to end more or less the tour here. If people have questions, comments, no?
I think we have only like compliments, people who stayed there, love it. Alison, you wanted that we remind you the way to get to Soliluna. We are 1 hour and a half from Cusco. The flight from Lima to Cusco, can you remind me, Petit, how long is it?
It's a 1 hour flight, no, from Lima to Cusco. And then it's a 1 hour and 30 minutes drive from Cusco airport to Soliluna. But it's a very nice drive. It's a drive through the Andes mountain and then down to the Sacred Valley. So it's not a 1 hour city drive in traffic. It's actually an amazing drive. And people love to stop from different places to take pictures and discover the valley.
And you can pick, of course, the client directly in
Yes,
Cusco.
of course. We have our own cars, you know, and we can pick up customer. There is no problem. Actually, Dominique, I wanted to mention to you, we've mentioned that the property has been open 20 years, that I've been living 25 years of the valley, but I want to mention the real reason behind Solinuna. Why do I live in the Sacred Valley? Why did I choose the Sacred Valley for my life, no? So I am actually French, as I mentioned before. My husband Swiss. We met in Lima 7 years ago, I don't remember. And we then decided to move to the Sacred Valley. We did not belong at all to the tourism industry. I'm an economist. I used to work in the mining industry. No, so I used to work in the world of trading, concentrate of gold, zinc, copper. And my husband is an architect and professional paragliding pilot. But myself, I was in search, if we can say so, of the right place where to settle down, no? And where to, of course, have a business, because we need to produce money to live, but more than a business, you know, where I could feel useful to other people. So that's why I chose the Sacred Valley. When we came with funds, no, we started to walk up to the mountains, discover the community, spend a lot of time with the local people. And we said, that's the place. That's the place where we want to live. And that's the place where we're going to be useful to other people. So before creating Solinuna Hotel, we actually created the foundation of Solinuna, that is also called Solinuna. Some people sometimes ask me, why the name of Solinuna for the hotel? Well, I was not very imaginative. I took the name of my foundation and I put it to the hotel. No, as of today, because I'm not going to tell you my 25 years, the past 25 years, it would be too long. But as of today, the foundation has 4 main projects. One is a school. We have a school from 3 years old till the end of secondary, which is around 17, 18 years old. We have 200 children that we educate. We have a center for children with different abilities that is called Pacari, no, where we have at the moment 17 children with different needs, you know. We have a home for children. I have now 21 children at the Solinuna Hall that live 7 to 7 with us. And the 4th project, it's that many of my children now graduated, you know, and I have to say that I have amazing stories, you know, and some of those children, they graduated with a very high level of education, and we are now financing their IB, so they're doing the International Baccalaureate. And actually I was going to say a little girl, but she's not little anymore. She's called Neri. She's now 18 years old, and she just entered the best university in Lima to study laws, to be a lawyer, no? And we also doing that, following that path with her. No? So whatever path some of my students decide to follow, we are there for them. This is my real life, you know. Solinuna Hotel is also my real life, but my heart belongs to the children of Solinuna. And everything that I do is thanks to the guests that have been coming in the past year to Solinuna. Is thanks to many, many friends, you know, that always are present with us, you know. And I'm very, very thankful to everybody that is helping us. And I'm very thankful to life, you know. I know that we're all going through a very difficult moment for our business, no? But myself, I'm not a person that likes to complain. I like to be thankful, and I do live in a complicated place with the pandemic now. I mean, you know, tourism disappeared from one day to another in the valley. I used to have 125 staff on property. We're now 15 people working. My staff is struggling, you know, to live nowadays, but still I want to be thankful. I want to be thankful because we should not complain, even if our business, you know, are on hold. They are on hold, no? But children's lives should not be on hold. Education should not be on hold, you know? So that's just a few words that I wanted to mention. So muchas gracias. Thanks to everybody for spending a little bit of your time today with me. And with Ishiro that is behind the camera and is getting quite old. I don't know, Dominique, if I should mention anything else.
Yeah, but yes, I think your foundation is fantastic. Viviane, she said I commend you, Petite, for what you give back to the community. Yuki, your schools are amazing. Peruvian people are so special. Huh? So you did wonderful. Yeah. You already sent a GoFundMe link to everyone. We have
yes.
And
we have launched our annual campaign, I think about 2-3 weeks ago, which is a campaign that goes there directly to the Soliluna home. Of course, when the pandemic came 1 year ago, we were extremely worried for the hotel, no? But I have to say that I was extremely, and I am still extremely worried for the foundation, because as I said, no, our business are on hold. We're trying to pass through those complicated times, maintaining the property and so on. We will be back. I mean, we're still here, so it's not that we will be back. We are here, you know. But the foundation is very complicated, the situation, because we lost Soliluna business for 1 year, now 2 years, maybe 3 years, I don't know. So we lost our main support, and I cannot send the children back home. I cannot tell them that they have no more home, you know. So I don't like the word fighting, you know, but we're living those times, and we will not stop, you know. Siempre digo, I always said in English, that is in Spanish, that is better for me, you know. There's no way that I'm going to stop what I'm doing. The children need us more than ever. You have to know that in Peru, we have no school since the 13th of March of 2020, no? So we've been virtual the 100% of last year. We are still virtual this year, meaning that most of the children that live in those mountains have no access to school, no? And it's really, really painful, you know? When I go to the local communities and I see all those children, no, of course the government listen to the radio, you know, and they're giving class on the radio for the whole Peru. Nobody's listening into the radio, you know. So, I mean, I think the real victim of the pandemic, it's not us, it's not our business, you know. I live in a nice home. I have a fridge that is, I have food. I have access to food every day. I have access to water, to bathroom, to anything, you know. Those children, they don't even have access to education, you know. So I think we should really get together and do something for the children, you know, because it's very painful. Yeah. Sorry to talk about that like that, you know, but
it's a reality. It's your reality, and
yeah.
and I know how beautiful, and your heart. You're totally dedicated. So we're all going to do our best to help you and share.
Muchas gracias.
The link.
Muchas gracias.
One wants to donate.
And please come, you know. I mean, Peru is open. You know, there is no more quarantine required when you come to Peru. There's just the famous, now famous PCR test that is required, you know. But everything is open. Machu is open. Machu Picchu is open. And I have to tell you that I think it's probably the best time now to come to Peru. I don't tell it thinking about me or my business. I tell it thinking about you and your guests. Why? Because Peru used to be so busy before the pandemic that I thought it was not so pleasant anymore to go to Machu Picchu. No, I remember listening to guests telling me that to queue for like 1 hour to get on the bus, they have to queue to enter Machu Picchu. Everything was about queuing. Well, good thing, this is gone, no? This is gone, and to go to Machu Picchu now, I don't know how many guests there is in Machu Picchu, 20, 100, I don't know. But it's like, wow, it's pretty amazing. I was lucky enough to be on one of the first trains back to Machu Picchu in November, and I could not believe it. I've been to Machu Picchu many times, but to have to Machu Picchu to you is amazing. The same with the Rainbow Mountain, the same with anything, you know. It's let's see the good side of the pandemic. So it's pretty cool that there is so few people nowadays.
All right, I'm sure everyone will be sending their clients as soon as they can to you, to your beautiful hotel and beautiful country. Thank you very much, Petite. Thank you, Ishiro, for being a wonderful camera.
Thanks to Ishiro.
Thank you so much.
Take great care of yourself and of your family, you know, and anything that you need, you can join Dominique or you can join me, whatever you like.
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for taking all this time with us. And I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. And it was lovely to be back in a way. Thank you, Petite. Thank you, Ishiro, and see you soon.
Gracias.
Gracias. Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao.